Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Gift and you're welcome to Gift Auntie Couture. So in today's story, I'll be sharing with you how I made this beautiful playsuit you are seeing. I actually used 3 yards. She brought 3 yards. Though the style that you saw on the thumbnail is button down, but she said I should use zipper for her. So if it's something you want to learn, kindly stay tuned. And to my old subscribers, thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly do that to support me. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, let's get into it. So these are the tools that you need: the Ankara, your French curve, your ruler, your tape roll, your pattern paper, or you can even cut it on your fabric. All right. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to mark 1 inch. Okay. I actually decided to use this paper for more clearer view. All right. I would have used the Ankara direct and it will still come out well. So after marking the 1 inch, that's your top line, you're going to come downward and mark 1.5, and that 1.5 is the shoulder line. So we are dividing this paper into two. That's the front and the back. All right. So you're going to place your tape roll on the top line and extend it downwards. So from there, you're going to mark your bust point, both for the front and the back. All right. So when you are done marking, you're going to go ahead and connect the lines together using your ruler. So just go ahead and connect it. Next thing is to place your tape roll on your top line just like that, and then extend it downward. Then next thing is to go ahead and measure your half length. Okay, mark your half length there. You're going to do this both front and the back. All right. So when you are done, go ahead and connect the lines just like what you're seeing on the screen. So now let's go ahead and label it. That's the top line, the shoulder line, that's for the front and the back. Okay, and then the bust point, and the last measurement is the half length, because we are cutting the half length first. So the next thing we are going to go and do, if we are going to be using button, you're going to mark like 2 inches away. All right, you're going to mark like 2 inches away from the center. Okay, so since we are not using button, we are going to mark 1 inch. So I went ahead to mark 1 inch. That's going to be for the zipper. And next thing is to go ahead and fold it so that it won't affect the other measurement. Okay, so just go ahead and fold it, and if you're cutting it on your fabric directly, just go ahead and fold the 1 inch or 2 inch inward. Okay, so when you are done on the shoulder line, you are going to divide your shoulder into two and then mark it. Go ahead and do the same thing. And then for the neck width, I use 2.7 because she's not that fat, so I'm going to use 2.5, 2.7 rather. So when you are done, go ahead and connect it. So after connecting it on that shoulder line, you're going to go up by half an inch. So that half an inch is for the shoulder joining. So from the shoulder downward, you're going to divide your bust into 6. Whatever you have, add 1.5 to it and then mark it. So where you are going to mark is going to be called the across chest. So for example, if your bust is 36 divided by 36 into 6, that will give you 6 plus 1.5, you have 7.5. Then from that shoulder you get, mark it, that's 7.5 downward, and then connect the line just like what you're seeing. Next thing is to go ahead and label it across chest for the front, and then for the back you're going to measure across, right across back. All right, so now next thing is to go ahead and divide your across chest measurement into two. And if you don't know how to get your across chest measurement, just minus half an inch from your shoulder front and then mark on it. And for the back, the shoulder line measurement, remember the shoulder back measurement is different from the shoulder front. So, and remember that the shoulder back has to be more than the shoulder front. Okay, so whatever you have on the shoulder front, on the shoulder back rather, you can extend it on the shoulder back if you don't know how to measure the across back measurement. And if you want me to show you how to do that, just let me know in the comment section. Okay, so next thing is to go on that across chest, because it's going to be a loose shirt, like a shirt with a zipper in front. So you're just going to go ahead and divide your bust measurement into 4. So before dividing it, let's say your bust is 36, you're going to add 3 to 4 inches to that your measurement and divide it by 4. All right, because since it's going to be a loose, like the bust has has to be like loose, and if you are using button, it has to be the same. Do not use your exact measurement. So when you divide your measurement into 4, you can now mark it on the across chest. The same measurement you have on the across chest, you are going to take it downward on your bust point. Go to the back measurement and do the same thing, both on the across back and on the shoulder back, on the bust point rather. Okay, so now that you are done, you are going to go ahead and measure the distance from the across chest, from the bust line measurement to the across chest measurement. For the front, whatever you have, you're going to divide it into 4. Okay, now the distance from the shoulder down to the across chest, whatever you have, you are going to divide it into 2. Then on the midpoint, you are going to go in by 0.5. Next thing is to go ahead and use your French cuff or your freehand to connect it. So let's go ahead and do it as well. So now that you are done connecting the front, let's go to the back and do the same thing as well. So after the distance from your across back to your bust measurement, all right, whatever you have for the back, you are going to divide it into 2, and whatever you have, you mark it. You can see the way I place the tape roll. Just go ahead and connect it just like what you're seeing, and just like that you are done. So the same measurement we use for the front neck, which is 2.7, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the back, and then come down by 1 inch because it's a shirt and the back neck has to be high, you know. So go ahead and connect it just like that, and on the shoulder line, go up by half an inch and then connect it just like this. All right, so now that you are done, you can go ahead and add half an inch for the armhole joining. All right, you can use your hand or just use your tape rule to maintain it just like this, and then go ahead and do the same thing on the front line. Okay, so for the waist measurement, so after you are done, for the waist measurement, you are going to add, you're not going to use your exact measurement, you're just going to add like 2 to 3 inches on the waistline. Let's say your waist is 26 and you're going to add like 2 inches or 3 inches to it, and whatever you have, divide it by 4 and then mark on it. Okay, so you're going to connect it from the waistline to meet the bust line. Okay, so when you are done connecting, next thing is to go ahead and add your seam allowance to it. So you can either decide to add 1 inch or 1.5 to it. So I'll be using 1.5 to it. Okay, so when you are done, go ahead and connect it. Connect the armhole just like what you're seeing on the screen, and on the waistline, because there won't be any zipper at the back, but we still have to make it flat. So on the waistline, we are going to go ahead and divide the bust band into 2, place it on the waistline and then on the bust line. So when you are done, go ahead and connect it like this. Like I said, we are going to remove the back darts to avoid bulging. So on that waistline, you're going to go in by 0.7. All right, go in by 0.7 and then mark it. So if you do this, it will help your dress or your jumpsuit to lay properly. So when you are done, go ahead and connect it just like what you're seeing on the line. Then on that bust point, you are going to add half an inch. That means you are sharing 1 inch on both sides. So the next thing is to connect the dart together. So when you are done, go to your bust, divide your bust measurement into 4. So on the waistline, you're going to divide your waist measurement into 4, just like the way we did on the front, and make sure you minus that 0.7 that we removed for the zip bulging, and then add the 1 inch dart to the measurement. All right, so go ahead and mark that line there, and then go ahead and connect it to the bust area. So when you are done, we are going to go ahead and add your seam allowance, either 1 inch or 1.5. For me, I use 1.5. So when you are done, connect it just like this, and then go ahead and cut it out. All right, so just like the way I'm doing it, cut it just like this, and then go ahead and cut out the shoulder line and the neckline. All right, so now that you're done, go ahead and cut that 0.7 out that we use for the zip bulging. So for the neckline, like the front, for the neck depth, I use 3 inches, and remember I used 2.7 for the neck width. So you're just going to go ahead and connect this just like this, and then go ahead, and since the reason is this high is because it's actually collar, so it has to be high. So I used 3 inches for the neck depth, and the neck width I used 2.5. All right, so now that you are done cutting, you can now bring out the 1 inch that we folded inside, and then we are going to go ahead and cut the knicker. Okay, so for the lower part, you are going to go ahead and minus 1 inch from the center of your trouser. You are going to fold, if you are cutting your fabric, you are going to fold your fabric into two, and then mark your hip length for her, because it's a jumpsuit, like it's a play suit, and I have to join it. Instead of using the actual, which is 8 inches, you are going to increase it to 9 and then connect it. Next thing is to place your the tape roll on your waistline downward and measure your knicker length. For her, I decided to use 18. So this complete paper I'm still going to add to the fabric because I didn't have enough paper. So on, you remember we removed 1 inch from the side, and then that's the hip length. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and remove the dart just like this. Go ahead and remove that 1 inch. This 1 inch that works for almost everybody. All right, so away from that 1 inch, you are going to divide your waist measurement into 4, just like the way we did for the upper part, and then add like 2 inches or 1.5. Just add 1.5. Okay, and then mark it. So on the from your waist downward, you are going to measure your crotch length. How to get your crotch length? You are going to go ahead and divide your hip into 3, whatever you have, then mark it there. So next thing, on the hip length, after marking your crotch measurement, on the hip length, you are going to divide your hip into 4 and then add 1 inch for ease, because there will be pockets. So on the hip line, you are going to add 1.5 on the hip line and then mark it. You are going to add to it, that will also be for the sewing. Then on the crotch line, you are going to divide your thigh into 2. So mark it there. So after marking it, whatever measurement you have on the thigh, on the crotch length, you are going to extend it to your knicker length. All right, whatever you have, take it down and then mark the line. So when you are done, go ahead and connect the lines and then cut it out. So before you cut it, just look at the way I'm going to connect it. Connect it from the crotch length to the hip, and from the hip length to the waist. So when you connect it like this, by the time you finish sewing your trouser, you will notice that there won't be any bulge at the center. So the next thing is to go ahead and cut it out. Go ahead and cut yours out. All right, so when you are done cutting, go ahead, the 1 inch you folded by this side, it's either you must have cut it out or you left it. So if you didn't cut it, just go ahead and cut it. Now to cut the back, all right, because the pattern paper was not much, connect the waist just like this. Since it's a play suit, the back will not go up. So on the crotch length, you are going to extend it by 3 inches. That's for the back. The same measurement that you have, you are going to put it there, or you can minus half an inch from there, or just use the same thing. So let's use the same thing. And then to the length, because the paper is actual length, so I'm just going to add like 2 inches. All right, for hemming. Okay, for the hemming. And then when you are done, you are going to go ahead, go to the hip line and increase it by 1.5. And then on the waistline, you are going to connect the waist, let it align with the front waist. So that means for the waistline, we are not going to add any measurement because you've already had it. So when you are done, you are going to go ahead and cut it, and on the side you are going to add 1 inch. That's for the back. All right, so this back, in order for us to initiate the dart that we have on the upper part, you are going to minus half an inch, which is going to be from the joining, and away from that you are going to mark the distance, the same distance you have on the paper, then initiate the dart, which is 1 inch, then put the same dart there. This way whatever you sew on the upper part will align with the lower part. I hope you are getting it. All right, just go ahead and notch it just like what you are seeing on the screen. Like I said, you are going to so that when you sew it will align, not that the dart will be on the other side and the other side will be on another dart. At the end of the day, the dart will not rhyme. That's not what we are doing, and that's the 1 inch that I added for the dart. All right, so now that we are done cutting, remember we added 2 inches for the hemming allowance. You are going to go ahead and fold it like this. If you can go ahead and iron it. If you don't have iron, just pin it down, and then let's go ahead and reduce by 1 inch. You're going to remove 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on this on the other side. But if you don't want it to be tight, you can use half an inch, half an inch, okay? But if you want it to be firm, excuse me, if you want it to be firm, you can go ahead and mark it, and then you are going to connect it to your hip line, and on the lap side you're going to connect it to the crotch line, just like what you're seeing. When you are done, go ahead and cut it. This is actually the front. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the back. So when you are done, go ahead and notch it so that you know that this is where the hemming line stops. So exactly what I did, you're going to go ahead and mark it. Like I said, make sure you iron the 2 inches so that it will be easier for you. Then go ahead and minus the same 1 inch this side and 1 inch on the other side. So this is what I mean. You're going to mark 1 inch on this side, go ahead and cut it. Like I said, if you don't want your one to be very firm, you can use half an inch. If you want it to be firm, you can use 1 inch. All right, so go ahead and cut it out just like this, and when you are done, go ahead and notch it. Always make sure you notch it so that you know where the hemming line is. Okay, and you can see the way I folded the trouser. All right, so now that you're done, you are going to go ahead and mark where the sewing is going to happen. All right, go ahead and mark the sewing line. You're going to sew it all the way down. This is for the back. You're going to go ahead and sew it because you know there is no zipper at the back, it's just the front. So for the front, you are going to measure from the waistline downward. You're going to measure like 6 to 7 inches, and then leave it there. You are from that 6 inches or 7 inches that you're going to mark, you are now going to start sewing from there. Just follow this method. All right, go ahead and follow it like that, and then make sure you top stitch it. So for the back, the upper part, I've gone ahead to add seam allowance, and I've gone ahead to add the joining for the back. And this is the front. I've gone ahead to cut facing because I didn't put lining. So this is the facing. Now the length of the facing is the width, rather, from the shoulder I use 3 inches. So it's actually 3 inches that I use all the way down, and exactly what, just like that, you are good to go. So I've gone ahead to sew the front like this, and next thing is to go ahead and measure where the pocket is going to be. So from the sideways downward, you are going to mark 1 inch, 1 inch, and that from that 1 inch you are going to mark 6.5 downward. So you're going to notch where you mark the 6.5, and also notch where you mark that 1 inch. All right, because that's where the pocket is going to be. So when you are done, let's go ahead and cut the pocket. Fold your fabric into two, and then go ahead and shape it just like the way you are seeing on the screen. You might even shape it straight. Depending on how you want it, it will still come out all right, but this is the method I decided to use. Now the length of this pocket is actually 8 inches, and the width of this pocket is 8.5, and then since the distance is 6.5, we are going to mark 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on the other side. Now the distance between that is 6.5. When you mark the 1 inch, make sure you notch it, and then go ahead and replicate another one. So the total of the pocket is actually 4. So how to fix the pocket? You are going to go ahead, it's either you sew the pocket, all right, and leave the 1 inch distance, or just like this, you are going to sew the trouser from where you mark the 1 inch, you stop it there, then skip to where you mark the 6.5. And anyways, I'm still going to show you how to do it on the pocket, on the machine rather. All right, so after you finish sewing, you are going to open the side like this, and you are going to iron it. Then bring out your pocket, lay it just like this, the way you are seeing. All right, so let's go to the machine and continue. So this is what I mean. You are going to open the pocket, bring out the pocket, then sew it. You're going to sew it the in between the space that we skipped, like the 6.5. You're going to put your pocket like this and then arrange it properly, make sure it's aligned, and then start sewing. And make sure you skip the side that you notch, because you are going to go ahead to sew it round. Or another method is just for you to sew the pocket round and stop where you notch the 1 inch, just like the way you're going to stop it there, and then go ahead, pick another one and put it on the other side. Okay, you can see the wrong side faces the wrong side and the right side faces the right side. Now, one of the reasons I brought it to this machine is just for you to see how to sew it, and secondly, how to that you have to always top stitch your pocket after sewing. You can see what I did. I top stitch it and then went ahead to fix the second one. So you're still going to see how I top stitch the second one. All right. So just go ahead and do the same thing. Start sewing. Make sure the pockets align with each other, so that when you are sewing the inner pocket, you won't have difficulty, or the pocket will be able to relax in your trouser or skirt. Okay, so just like this, when you finish sewing, make sure you stop the sewing where the 1 inch is, and then go ahead and top stitch it like this. You can see the way I'm top stitching it. So when you are done, join the two sides of the pocket together, and then you can now continue sewing. So this same way you can actually join the pocket before sewing, but I feel like it will be difficult for you to top stitch. All right, that's the reason I showed you this method. So that shows it. Next thing is to go ahead and sew the inner lap of the knicker. Go ahead and sew it, and then the hemming line, when you are done, go ahead and weave it and then iron it. Okay, so for the dart, you're going to measure the length of your dart, including your joining allowance, then sew the dart exactly the way you. So for the facing, you're going to add either paper stay or hair stay. You're just going to sew the straight line. You're not going to sew the neckline. All right, so I've gone ahead to sew the dart. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing, join the sides, and this is the knicker. I've gone ahead to also sew the dart on the knicker as well. All right, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So next thing is to go ahead and join the trouser, the knicker rather. Join it to the side and make sure it's aligned, like the side seams align with the side seam. So you're going to pick the facing to turn the shoulder so that the inseam will be able to close properly. So here I've gone ahead to fix the zipper, and that's it. Please just follow this method. So now that we are done, next thing is to go ahead and measure the round neck. So you're going to put your tape rule just like this, fold the neck into two just like that, and then take your measurement. You can either fold it into two like this or just open the neck and then measure it round. So whatever you have, we are going to go ahead to cut the collar. You can actually do this on your fabric, or for a more clearer view, let's do it on this paper. Now this first line that I'm going to draw, this is where the neck is going to go around. Okay, now the height of the collar is going to be like 3.5. okay, you have to use 3.5, and if you want it to be a little bigger, you can increase it to 4 inches. Now on that line, you are going to mark your actual neckline, your round neck, and add 0.5 to it. Then on the height side, you are going to go ahead and reduce the measurement. Let's say your round neck is 8.5, you are going to reduce it to 7.5. okay, you don't have to cut it to be equal, just like this is the round neck. Okay, and then you're going to reduce it on that upper part. So when you are done, mark it there and then connect that line to meet the neckline just like this. Then draw the lines together and then connect it. Next thing is to go ahead and cut it out. Then on the upper part, you are going to go up, divide the neck into two, the line into two, mark the midpoint, go to the other side and connect it down by 0.5. all right, so just like this, we are going to go ahead and cut out this paper. So here I've gone ahead to cut out the fabric, and next thing is to go ahead and notch the fabric. So you're going to cut the fabric into two. So on the other side, you're going to go ahead and put your either your collar stay, but I didn't use collar stay, I used stay. So because I use stay, I put one side to be a double and the other side single. So now remember, you're going to fold your fabric into two. So next thing is just for you to go and sew that upper part, not the neck line, the shorter side, which is going to be used for the turning. So when you are done, go ahead and notch the sewing and then open it. So you're going to leave like 0.3 or 0.4 space. Go ahead and iron it. So now where you left the 0.3 space, you are going to go ahead and fold it just like the way you are seeing. Go ahead and fold it on this side, turn it to other side, and then fold it. Do the same thing, and then fold your collar back into two. Okay, fold it back into two, and then go ahead and pick up your clothes, mark the midpoint like the center. Go ahead and sew it around. So let me show you how you're going to do it. You're going to either pin it from the middle of the back, all right, and then sew it from that middle to other side, and from this other side to the center. All right, so when you get to that zipper line or your button line, you are going to go ahead and turn it. So because I use zipper, let me cut the zipper out and show you the next thing to do. Now you're going to fold the collar in like this and then sew it. You can see the way I folded the collar. You're going to sew it from outside, from the right side, all right, not the wrong side. Okay, so now that you are done, this is how the collar should look like. Okay, next thing is just for you to go ahead and iron the collar properly. You know, it's just a single collar, it's not double. All right, just go ahead and iron it, fold it neatly, iron it, and when you are done, it should look like this. So let's go ahead and cut the sleeves. First thing, you are going to measure the round armhole of your sleeves. All right, go ahead and measure the round armhole and then fold your fabric into two. Okay, fold it into two just like this. You can cut it on paper or you cut it directly on your fabric. So fold it into two and then go ahead to measure the length that you want. But for this style, actually use the total of 11 inches because I want to be using 9 inches as the length of the sleeves and then fold two. So that's the 11, and the next thing is the folding. I'm going to fold like 2 inches. That's for the hemming, and then from the upper part that I'm going to mark like 4 inches or 4.5, and then on that 4.5 that you just marked, that's actually your biceps. So you're going to divide your biceps measurement into two and then mark it there. Okay, you're going to divide it into two and then mark it there. Thing is to go ahead and add your seam allowance. If you are putting one, add one. If you are putting 1.5, add 1.5. So on the hemming line, you are just going to minus 1 inch from the biceps and then mark it on the hemming line. So on that biceps, you are just going to connect your armhole just like this, and then you are good to go. So next thing, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. So before cutting it out, you can cross check your measurement to know if it's correct. All right, so go ahead and cross check your measurement and then go ahead and cut it out if it's complete, just like that. What I got there was complete. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut it out. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. Next thing is to go ahead and fold the 2 inches that I marked for the hemming line like this. This way you'll be able to cut the sleeve perfectly. All right, you're just going to, like I said, you minus 1 inch from your biceps and that's it. So let's go ahead and cut it. So when you're done, you can either sew it like that and then fold the hemming line inside, or you fold the hemming line, sew it like this, and then continue to join the side. All right, so when you're done, it should look like this. Next thing is to go ahead and fix it. So you're going to bring out your clothes, put it under the armhole, the joining. All right, then you're going to sew it around. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support me by subscribing. All right, subscribe, like, share, comment. See you in my next video. You can see how beautiful it looks. All right, see you guys. Bye.